So Jackals is a home invasion sort of movie set in the 80s. And it's a really cool horror thriller. I love that a lot of those movies where you got all these crazy people trying to get in the house and kill everyone. And this one has a little cool little plot point where the reason that they're coming after him is this violent cult, but it's because the family kidnapped their son to try to de-brainwash him and take him out of the cult, and the cult's not happy about that.
Someone out there. Hey! You're on private property.
So the movie starts out with this really cool scene where it's a first-person view of this guy going into a house and killing these two parents and this other girl, and you realize that this is one of the cult members and is killing his family, and it's a really brutal scene and really kind of interesting how they did it. Like, I almost wish that they would have brought it back later on, because the beginning scene almost feels like a short film. Like it feels like it's only tangentially connected to the movie, because you never see who this character is. He doesn't pop up in later on unless you're supposed to recognize a mask. Like, you say the mask is the same mask, but you never I guess it's introduced it's an introduction to the cult. But I wish they connected that more. But they could go from that and then goes right to this family, waiting for someone. They don't know what's going on. Then you see these guys just driving the car, and their tire is shot out or blown, and these two guys in masks come and they kidnap the one person, and that's trying to get them away from the cult. And everything with the trying to de-brainwash him, and with the all the crazy people outside trying to get him and kill him, I loved all that stuff. The problem with the movie is every time the family interacts with each other, and they try to create all this drama and all this. It's not good. It's really stupid, and I hated that parts of it. But then when you get back to the thrilling stuff, the brutal, the father trying to kill everyone that comes in, and it's almost like he's becoming like a monster while he's fighting off all these monsters. I love those aspects of the film. I really enjoyed them, and all the people outside were pretty cool. They had these masks, and especially the cult leader had this really cool jackal mask. And there's a lot of cool stuff with that. And that's almost really in this movie. But and then towards the end, it kind of falls apart a little. I wish that there were more people for them to kill. If they had, maybe if they hired this person to, de-brainwash a guy. And I wish he almost had more people with him or something. People that the cult could have killed off earlier, just to show that they're badass. Because up until a certain point, I mean, the family has killed off a lot more people than the cult has killed off. And it's these guys kind of suck, My biggest problem with the film, though, other than the annoying interactions between the characters and the kind of mediocre acting and writing, but that at a certain point, towards the end, there is no third act. You expect, things start to go down, and you think that there's something else is going to happen, and then, bam, the title pops up on the screen, right after a guy sneaks up behind one of the characters, and it's that was abrupt. It was so weirdly abrupt that I was oh, the movie's over. Okay, it feels it feels really weird. But I thought there'd be more with the cult. More, I thought there'd be some really cool scene at the end with what the cult was going to do. And there wasn't. I don't know if they want to do a sequel or they want to use this cult again and they don't want to show too much of it. But I doubt, because it's a pretty small film, I think. I wish there was another part at the end, showing the cult doing crazy culty things with some of the people that are left. Again, I won't spoil, but I just wish there was more to it at the end. But still, I mean, if you like, the thrillers with the home invasion things, and it's very tropey. It's like they don't try to expand the trope at all. And I will say, in earlier on, when one of the first victims of the cult, it doesn't make any sense. Like, even the person's in the trees and a rope comes and goes over his hands and like ties him up, and it's like, who has control of that rope? Where is that rope hooked on? And how did he know exactly where his hands were going to be? That doesn't make any sense. It's like almost like a magical rope. And they never explain it. They never do any sort of magical powers. It's just, a crazy cult. But, other than those problems I had, I still really enjoyed it. Like, I had to dock it a couple of points. I probably give like a 7.75 out of 10. Because even though I loved parts of it, some sorts pretty bad. I might even give like a 7.5 for some of the stupid stuff that it does. But at the same time, if you like, the thrillers and all that sort of movies, you'll probably really enjoy it, as I enjoyed it. So thanks for watching. You can check out the other video playlists around my head, or subscribe to me over here. Thanks.